In this video, we will go over how to use Google Forms, specifically focusing on questions. To create a Google Form from your Google Drive, you'll click New, then More, and Google Forms. You can choose a blank form or one from a template. Once you open up a blank form, it will automatically give you an untitled question to start. You can give it a title, and on the top left, you can click on Untitled Form, and it will automatically give it the same title. If you want to rename it, you will have to do it both places after that first time, unfortunately. The little folder next to that title on the top left will tell you where your Google Form lives in your Drive. You can move it from here if you would like. You can give your form a description, and then once you type in your question, Google will read it for you and automatically switch the question type based on your question when you type it in. You can manually change the question type. There is a nice long list of options for you to choose from on the right. They fit a variety of needs, which is really great, so you can choose which one you would like. If you choose multiple choice or check boxes when you type in an option, you just have to click Enter to get a new option. You can also click Add Option, but if you do click Add Other, it will give you the other option where students can write in an other answer. You can copy or duplicate a question down at the bottom. So that would just give you an exact replica of the question you just made. If you just need to make a couple edits, but you'd like to keep the answers the same, you can delete a question, you can make a question required, and you have some options down on the right if you would like to add a description to that question, maybe some extra little directions that go with that question. You can shuffle the order of the answers and some other little features. Always look for those three dots. They give you some extra options. The plus sign on the right menu that hovers along with you on the Google form is to add a new question. The T will give you a title and description that you can add. And if you want, you can drag and drop any piece that you make in Google Forms. So if I wanted to give a title and description to any section or question, I can drag and drop that as I make it. So now I've just made a title and description that kind of makes like a mini section, but I can make a larger section with those two bars on the right in the hover menu. Down at the bottom, so I'm going to delete my title and description, and I'm going to create a larger section. If I want to make these sections, they will separate the sections in the quiz or test or survey that I have made in the Google form, so that it separates things out a little bit and it doesn't make it so it's one long stream for my students. They will have these in smaller chunks, which is a nice feature. So I can still have the sections separated out. You can drag and drop questions that you've already made into your sections. You can add as many as you would like and give them nice titles and descriptions. You can choose whether or not you want students to continue to the next section or submit, or to skip a section if you would like. Those features are at the bottom of each section. You can add images if you would like, that are large and standalone in your form. They would look like this. This is part of the hover menu on the right. So if I wanted to insert a large image into this section, this is what it would look like, and I could give it a title. So I'll just remove that. Now, if you would like to get rid of the sections once you have them in there are a couple ways to do this. In the top right, 3 little dots. Remember, those 3 little dots are important menus. You can merge the section above or delete. If you merge it above, you get to keep those questions, and it just merges the sections and turns it into the quiz. If you delete the sections, it gets rid of all the questions in that section. So you can undo that and get those questions back. And if you merge it, then the form comes back into a whole form and the sections go away. If you delete the section, then it deletes all the pieces within that form. So I'm going to edit this form a little bit. The first form that I used as an example was a simple class survey. Now I'm going to adjust it so it's like a class introduction quiz. After you've introduced your class and some procedures, now this would be the follow-up. So there are a few ways that you can insert images. The first one I already showed you, a large image in your quiz, but you can have an image be in the form of a question. So I clicked on the image button, and now I can search or upload an image from my computer that is associated with a question. So I am going to ask a question about something in a location in the classroom, and I'm going to have some of the question answers related to this question right here. So the first way to insert an image would be clicking the image icon in the menu on the right. The second is clicking the image icon next to the question button. And the third is by clicking that little image icon next to the answer option. And so I'm pulling images from the search feature. Probably the more common way would be to choose an image, take an image, and then put it in your drive. And so I am giving images as A or B options. Associating them with the question. So students can choose between 2 images that relate to my question. So they would be the multiple choice options for what should your desk look like. You can also ask questions that relate to a video. So below the image option on the right is the video icon for YouTube. Pull in your link to a video and paste it there. You can title your video, and the video link automatically drops the video directly into your form. And then you can insert questions below. Every time I'm inserting a question, I am just clicking on that plus sign on the right menu. The 3 little dots that bring up next to the video will have some menu options. I wanted to center align my video. Now I can add as many questions as I'd like. I can also add a description and title for that video, but there's already one built in. And in, again, the 3 little dots, I can add a caption. And so I can give some information for my students, what I want them to do. I'd like them to watch the video and answer the following questions. So I'm going to put that in the caption. And then I can add as many questions as I would like below the video to relate to it. I'm going to change this to checkboxes. Because I would like students to be able to choose more than one right answer. So I have some options here, and now I've got an image related to a question with image answers, and a video with a follow-up question. These are some different ways that you can ask questions that are not just text-based, that have some images. You can go up and change the theme of your quiz. You can insert some images. You can even upload your own images if you would like, or change it to fit the theme of your class or the theme of a unit that you are asking them to answer questions about. And you can change the color scheme as well. The little eye is the preview, so if you would like to see what your students see, you can click the eye. We'll do that in a moment. The settings, you can choose to collect email addresses. This is nice if you want to double check, make sure that you know who is taking the quiz, but we always recommend having the first question be first and last name. We haven't done that yet on this example quiz, but that would probably be the next step, would be adding a first question is first and last name. So students would fill that in before they would take this form. And to get your students to take the form, you click on the send button and then you click the little link icon. Normally you'd always click that shortened URL and you'd copy that link, and you could share that with them via Google Classroom or something similar. So now we'll click that preview icon, the little eyeball, and this is how the students would view this form. And they can submit it at the end. Try out Google Forms with your students. You can use them for things like surveys, quizzes, checks for understanding, and many more applications. Don't forget to subscribe to the EdTech Team YouTube channel right here, and check out the next video in our playlist.